Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce RTX 4080 Super in Red Dead Redemption 2. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups. GPU Z-resizable bar is also enabled, and over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X 3D with half of its cores disabled, so we're only utilizing the 3D cache cores. This makes this CPU pretty much the same as a Ryzen 7 7800X 3D, and over on the memory tab we're using 32GB of RAM, DDR5 6000MHz in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? As usual, let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution, which is a resolution that you should avoid if you have 4080 Super. You should go at least for 1440p, okay? And we're using almost maxed out settings, aside from tree tessellation right here, the reflection MSAA, which could go up to 8 times, and the water physics, because, well, that's really intensive. You lose a lot of FPS if you max these 3 settings out right here, and the visuals will be basically the same. So I recommend these settings, okay, especially for higher resolutions. So we're getting around 140 to 150 FPS right here. That's great performance, of course. It's a high refresh rate experience at 1080p, but again, that's expected. This is a very expensive GPU and a pretty powerful one as well, of course. So it should breeze through everything that we throw at it at 1080p resolution, right? And this is no exception. Red Dead Redemption 2, although it's a very beautiful title, it's also a very well optimized one, and you can see that the frame time is so smooth, guys. Oh, I love it, guys. I just love it. Also, compared to the RTX 4070 Ti Super, this is getting a good like 15 to 20 more FPS than that card here in this scenario at least. And if you notice, it's getting 94% GPU utilization. I have no idea why, okay? I've tried enabling and disabling triple buffering, VSyncs, and so on. Of course, VSyncs just locks our FPS. I also tried Nvidia Reflex, as well as windowed full screen, or borderless full screen, whatever they call it in this game, and nothing worked. It's always stuck to like 94, 95%, but it's not like a CPU bottleneck or anything like that. Anyways, once again, I am very sad to announce that Jack is not here, guys. He is not here to see us. Let's go to Strawberry Town now, one of the most intensive areas in the entire game. So here we are, Strawberry Town, my friends, with the river coming across it. That's like the most intensive thing, or what makes it intensive, I guess, because the water physics are super demanding in this game, and it's dropping down into like the 120s. For reference, the 4070 Ti Super, that got down into like the lower 100s. I think 107 or 106 was the minimum. Over here, it's probably like, what, 10 more, 15 more FPS, maybe 20 more FPS sometimes. So yeah, that's what you can expect. Oh my god, Roach, why would you do this? Why can't you walk like a normal horse? That's it for 1080p resolution. 145 FPS on average, no upscalers on anything. It is buttery smooth. Okay, guys, let's test 1440p resolution next. Interestingly, this allows me to enable 120 Hz right here with the capture cards. 4070 Ti Super and many other cards don't allow me to. Maybe it's just like the capture card being dumb or whatever. And I am also pretty impressed about the 120 FPS average that we're getting at the moment. This is 1440p with almost maxed out settings. In Red Dead Redemption 2, it looks way prettier than 1080p did, by the way. I would totally recommend this experience instead of the 1080p one with a card like this, because it's a single-player game, you know. Yes, you do get a little bit smoother of an experience at 1080p, because this will probably drop into like the lower 100s in the city areas and so on. Oh, hello, Jack. What are you doing? They killed Jack. Wait a second. It's a Jack embalsamado. I don't know how to say that in English. But yes, that's Portuguese, by the way. Okay, let's go back to Strawberry Town. I'm a little bit lost, actually. Let me just open up the map here. Okay, so we should go in this... Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh, my sense of direction. Okay, anyways, we shouldn't really see a big drop off in performance compared to 1080p resolution over here. Actually, we're getting pretty much the same FPS at 1440p as the 4070 Ti Super got at 1080p right here. And also in terms of averages and 1% lows, it's pretty much the same experience, but of course this is at a higher resolution and it looks way better. Also, you might have noticed already that this is not drawing anywhere near the 320 watts TDP that this GPU is rated for, but that's total board power when you're using all of the ray tracing cores and so on. Usually in games, these 40 series GPUs consume quite a bit less than their rated TDPs. Now, let's go ahead and try it at 4K resolution, that beautiful, gorgeous res that this card is very capable of running as well. Now, the game at 4K resolution looks insane, actually. Like, it looks better than a lot of games that have come out in 2023, 2024 as well. Like, by far, actually. This is a gorgeous title at 4K resolution, and if you have a card like this and you have a 1440p monitor, sure, that's awesome. Obviously, it's gonna perform amazing. It's gonna look fantastic in most games as well. But yeah, if you haven't tried Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K resolution with almost maximum settings or maximum settings, whatever, you definitely should. Grab your PC, hook it up to your 4K TV. I guess most people have 4K TVs these days, right? And just enjoy the beauty of this. It's just... It's another level, guys. And look at this. Even here, it's not even dipping into the 60s, guys. I mean, okay, we got 69 right there. 69 is not bad. 69 is actually perfect as a minimum FPS, right? So yeah, you can expect 60 plus 100% of the time at this 4K resolution. This is why you should definitely buy a high resolution monitor. What the hell? Why are they shooting me? Wait a second. You know what? You're shooting me? I will kill you. I will kill you. There we go. All right, you started it. I didn't do anything, okay? Okay, so I told you I'd get to... Oh my god! Why, Roach? What? You know what? I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna go over here. It's not like rage quitting or anything. I told you guys I was gonna test this at 4K in Saint Denis, and that's exactly what I'm loading right now. Let's go to the biggest city in the game. Here we are. This is Saint Denis. It's getting pretty good FPS, still slightly higher once again than what we saw in the other city. Remember, it was dropping into like the 69s and the lower 70s sometimes, and over here it is very, very often into the 80s. I mean, it might actually drop into the 70s sometimes. There we go, 79, but it is way less intensive, guys, once again. But yeah, this is why I test Strawberry instead of Saint Denis these days. I used to test this area in the swamps as well, very close to here. I'm gonna get there in just a little bit to see the FPS. But yeah, I found that Strawberry is just that little bit more intensive, so it makes sense to test more intensive scenarios here. But yeah, now you know what kind of FPS you can get over in this area as well. And if you get less FPS around here than you do in the other areas with a different system, for example, that's because of a CPU bottleneck. Usually Saint Denis is way more CPU intensive, holy crap, than GPU intensive, and areas with a lot of water or running water actually, where the physics come into play, are more GPU bound in Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, I guess this is about it, right? Like, this is a denser part of the swamp, I guess, and that's getting down into like the high 70s at times. It's really good performance. Once again, 60 plus 100% of the time. Well, dropping down into the 70s, probably just because we touched the water and the water physics are now into play. But yeah, it is a flawless experience, and it looks fantastic. But now it's time for the 8K resolution, 4 times the 4K resolution, guys. Still using the same almost maximum settings, okay? And yeah, well, it's close to 30. It's actually reaching 30 in some areas, looking in some directions, I guess. But it's obviously not something that you should do. I still don't know why I do this so often. Like, let me know if you guys actually enjoy these 8K parts of the video. I think that you do, because sometimes people comment about that, but other times I get called stupid and ridiculous. But I think I'm not alone here when I say that I like to see cards suffering at 8K resolution and more. Oh, look at that. We got a rainbow. Oh, that's awesome. Guys, Red Dead Redemption, double rainbow right there. One of them is very faint right there in the middle of the screen. The other one is right there. But yeah, it's... Red Dead 2. Look at how... I'm just gonna stop right here and look at how much alive the game feels. Of course, now the storm calmed down, so now we don't have any wind. But look at this. There are birds on the sky. There are bugs around us because this is a swamp area. This game has so many things. Butterflies. Damn. All right. Anyways, 8K is not going to be possible. Obviously, nobody expected it to be, I guess. It was possible with the 4090, though. But you know what? Setting DLSS to performance saved the 4070 Ti Super over here, and it will definitely save this one as well. 4070 Ti Super. I tested that in a different area, you know, so we can't really compare them one-to-one anymore. Anyways, what I'm sure about is that performance DLSS looks fantastic at 8K resolution. There's a little bit of noisy effects, oh boy, around moving things, but it's so faint that I can't really notice it very much. I really need to focus to notice anything like that. And now it's playable. Would I do this? Definitely not. What the hell are you doing, Roach? Just calm down. Calm down, boy. Get over here. All right, next up, let's try 8K lowest settings this time. All right, and the 4070 Ti Super got around 40-ish FPS. This one is getting around 50-ish FPS. So it's about the same as we got with performance DLSS and the 8K ultra settings. That means that we're gonna get 50 to 60 FPS most of the time, with drops into the 40s sometimes, but it looks insanely bad, right? Like what is that? What did somebody vomit all over the map in this game now? Now, don't get me wrong, I like that the game looks like this on low settings, but you should never play on low settings with a card like this, unless you're watching this video 10 years from when I made it in 2024, and this is now a low-end GPU. Okay, let's use the 10K resolution next. Oh boy. And it's getting, alright, 30 plus FPS. So that's the difference between the 4070 Ti Super and the 4080 Super. The Ti Super dipped into the 20s very often. The 80 Super doesn't. It gets 30 plus. So you can play at 12K resolution, or 10K resolution. 12K, probably not going to work very well. But look at this. Even here in a big forest area with a lot of vegetation, it is getting 30 plus FPS. Let's stop it there. And let's try the last resolution of this video, 12K. Here we go. This is 1.5 times of 8K resolution, or 4320p. And now we're getting 20s. You know what? I think the 4070 Ti Super also got 20s here. Maybe it dropped into the teens often, but at this point, both are unplayable, so it doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter for us to compare them at these settings and resolutions, because nobody cares, really. So that's been it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Sometimes it almost reaches 30 FPS. I saw like 29 over there. Let's see the sky. Oh, look at that. Look at that smoothness. So yeah, at this point, the 4080 Super is wrecked, and my benchmark is complete, guys. Thanks very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back very soon with another one. Oh my god, what a slowdown. Catch you then. Love you all. Bye-bye.